Welcome to the next step of your iPresso adventure. We will tell you how to launch recommendation frames on your website. Recommendation frames are a good way to show products to your customers. You can show them to both monitored and anonymous contacts. Let's get started. You will create a recommendation frame in 3 easy steps. Ahead of you is configuring the new frame, editing its appearance, and finally testing it. In the iPresso main panel, click System, then Monitoring and Site Monitoring. Select the page where you want the frame to display. Click the 3 dots on the right. You will see a drop-down menu. On it, select JS API Method Settings. A new panel will open. Scroll to the very bottom and enable the Save Frame Click method, described as Save Recommendation Frame Click. Have you turned it on? Then save it so it's not lost. We return to the main panel and wander to the Content tab, where the recommendation frames are already waiting for us. We have 5 tabs indicating the status of recommendation frames: Drafts, In Test Mode, Active, Stopped, and Templates. Click the plus on the right to add a new recommendation frame. You'll open a view of templates you've made before, as well as the system's, but also cool, template suggestions. If you want to get creative, you can always create a frame yourself from scratch by clicking Own HTML Code. To set up a custom or system template, you need to select a feed and the corresponding dataset. That's where data such as price, description, or image to feed your recommendation frame will come from. You can learn all about configuring Feed Manager from the video, the link to which is just displayed to you in the upper right corner of the screen. After selecting the feed and dataset, the system will ask you to assign product features to the appropriate fields. This will help the creator insert the features in the correct places of the frame. If you don't have features to define, you can skip this step. Then the given section located on the recommendation frame will not be displayed. At later stages of setup, you can return to assigning features by clicking the 2 passing arrows to the right of the Dataset checkbox. After completing the features, of course, we click Save, and lo and behold, a preview of the unstyled frame with the features assigned from the dataset appears. An editor with the graceful name WYSIWYG will help you customize the look of the frame. It is intuitive, yet rich in options. In the settings, you choose the size of the frame in pixels, specify whether the frame should be embedded in the page. You must then provide the exact HTML selector from the page code, or be in the form of a pop-up. Let's stop here for a moment. A selector is an individual piece of code on your page with which you mark the exact place where you want the frame to be. In our case, it will be the frame selector. You need to add it in the ID field of the container, and the frame will load there automatically when you launch it. Simple, right? As for pop-up frames, you will enable them normally in the Page Actions tab. Let's go further. In the Appearance section, you do what you want. You choose colors, text sizes, CTA buttons. You can edit practically the whole frame according to your needs and tastes. If you want, you can even change the cursor, but we do not recommend this option. If you have a promotional item in the dataset, you will set its appearance on the frame in the Promotion section. Specify the name of the tag in the Promotion tag field and configure the appearance and other data on the promotion. Now let's look to the right. The second icon to the right of the dataset field is the HTML editor. With it, you can make changes directly to the frame's source code, or make it from scratch. In the side panel on the left is a short and clear instruction on how to do this. The next step is to set up the frame elements in the system. We have marked the fields that you must obligatorily fill in with an asterisk. We will not describe what the name or description of the frame means, but pay attention to some important fields. Monitored site. Here you indicate where on your site you want the frame to show up. You simply specify the URL. The visibility range specifies from when to when the frame will hang on the page. A cool option, especially for people who don't have a long-term memory, is the ability to add a tag describing the frame. This tag will be assigned to each user to whom the frame was displayed, or clicked on it. Ready? Let's move on to the summary. If all the beams are glowing green, great, flawless. Red beams signal that some element of the configuration is to be improved. If everything's fine, then you can launch your recommendation frame, but first we advise you to test the appearance of the frame and its position on the page. The test version is available in the status list under the In Test Mode button. To test the frame, use a specially generated link and dock it to the address of the page where you want to see your creation. If everything is okay, then you are ready to launch the frame. Of course, active frames have an option to report views and clicks. Just go into the report, set the dates you are interested in, and analyze. And that's all, folks. Done.